Alright, alright, I think we're in. We are probably in. Let me just post this on the community tab that we are starting to stream. We are going to be streaming for a bit. Let's go. Okay, let me just renew. Alright, I don't know who's here currently. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So, yeah, I'm kind of hyped up. Just felt like doing a random stream because why not? Like, I like streaming, you know? So, was like, why not do some streaming today? You know, some sudden surprise stream. I'm here alone today, though, so, yeah. Streaming right now. Post. Okay, edit. I should probably turn that on, actually, in hindsight. And no, I'll add that in later. Yo, sup? Yeah, I'm not reading that name. Yeah, no. No, not a chance. Almost got me, but not really. You were close, but not today. But how are you doing today? I'm not reading your name ever. Anyways, how are you doing today? You doing good? You guys all doing good? We got 3 people in so far in the chat. Alright. Just gonna wait until more people join, and then I will start actually getting into some predictions I'm going to have. And like, I'm just really high. Oh wait, no, my sign is wrong. Hold on, I had to change this entire sign for my my road to. Let me just. Where is it? I can't. I'm still getting used to OBS. Not gonna lie, but yeah, eventually I'll figure it out. Perfect. It's now much more updated. I'm good. Thank you, man. Thanks. I'm pretty good, not gonna lie. It's been a pretty good day for me. I've just been enjoying life, vibing, chilling, you know, normal Eternal Flame stuff, because I am an Eternal and I'm a Flame. We got 7 people in. Let's go. Talk about how every aspect of Sukuna has been displayed. I mean, unfortunately, no, it really hasn't. Sukuna still has an entire mystery curse technique we don't know about yet. At least bare minimum, we still have yet to see the fire arrow, but I do think Sukuna has something else that we just haven't seen yet. But I think he has been going incredibly strong nonetheless. But yeah, I'm pretty good. Yo, what's up, the other person? I do not know you. Got 12 people in. Let's go. Let me just delay ads. Because, yeah, I'm going to have to constantly do that today. Like, every fight... Oh, every fight has a hidden topic. Yeah, you're 100% right about that. Like, that is actually kind of true. The forearms grasshopper. Look, I'm just saying, when Yuji starts to box up Sukuna, like, the forearm grasshopper is literally just... Oh, yeah. Huh. The forearms is from the grasshopper. The barriers are from Kenjaku, because Kenjaku also has a barrierless domain. And also, the flames come from Jogo. Spatial clef comes from, like, what was it called again? Gojo. Only really, like, thing we can't really relate to yet is just, where does Cleave and Dismantle come from? Because, like, even physical strength, you can just argue, relation to Yuji. But I guess that's just going to be something we're going to have to wait and see on for now. I'm just really hyped. Yeah. Instant technique breakdown. I mean, that could be, yeah, that could be seen as Gojo, but that could also, weirdly enough, be seen as Yuji, in my opinion. Purely because of Yuji's entire ability to just be like, alright, I see the Black Flash once, I realize what I am doing wrong with the Black Flash, immediately breaks the record right after. Like, Sukuna just really has elements of JJK's best and most skilled characters now that I think about it, and, like, Sukuna really is just collecting skills. And I find that kind of funny, huh? Sukuna really is just the skill. Sukuna is just Chrollo 2.0. Oh my gosh, yeah, Sukuna is really just Chrollo. You guys know, like, Hunter x Hunter, right? Yeah, Sukuna is just Chrollo. Blessings to everyone. Hope all is doing well. Yeah, I hope all is doing well as well. You know, just usual stuff. Because, yeah, if all is not doing well, that'd be pretty boring and bad. Am I right? Conversation. Yes. Anyways, So, what are you guys' expectations? Yo, what's up, AJ? Of course, bro is Jing. Sukuna really? Wait, hold on. That might actually be more accurate than you think, AJ. If Sukuna just copies something on his first time seeing it, he has someone incredibly talented related to him, because everyone at this point expects Yuji to be directly related to Sukuna. I'm on that board too. This is where Higuruma dies. I see him hating that he didn't get justice for Sukuna's crimes and that being a new buff because Yuji give him faith in the fact that the world... I agree with that. And here's my thing. I think Higuruma's gonna die as well, purely because of one reason and one reason alone. In the world of JJK, you don't be a perfect counter to someone on paper and get to live. Because Higuruma is just way too much on paper a perfect counter against Sukuna because of his entire ability to, like, nullify curse techniques through, like, his domain, as well as get the instant one-shot sword. It's just way too good on paper of a counter against Sukuna for it to work, and that is usually how anime things go, in my opinion. I think it's going to end up giving Yuji a huge rage buff. That is what I think Higuruma is going to do, or just teach Yuji something about domains. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I've been thinking about that for a minute, bro. Sukuna really is just Jing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you've put this idea in my mind now, AJ. You see, understanding Hunter x Hunter, it helps quite a lot, in my opinion. Because really, weirdly enough, a lot of, like, JJK powers are kind of based on Hunter x Hunter. Because, yeah, like, I'm not the only one who's noticed that there's a lot of similarities between Hunter x Hunter's power system and JJK's power system. Because I also know JJK is really hugely based on Hunter x Hunter, if I remember correctly, right, guys? Like, I don't fully remember, but I'm pretty sure it at least is. Though I might also be remembering wrong, who knows? I'm starting to get better at streaming as well because I'm mastering the art of not having my voice immediately die, or just like I need to take water within the first 5 minutes of the stream like I usually do. So I am getting better at streaming too, and I'm really happy about that, if I'm being honest with you guys. I've been thinking, I wonder what other characters what other references is Gege gonna make? Like, I can really see Gege ending up making Yuji just have a bunch of binding vows that are just specifically against Sukuna, just similar to what Kurapika did against the Phantom Troop. And I kind of want to hear what you guys' opinion on this. I'm kind of feel like I'm one of the only few people who are genuinely okay if Yuji never has an encounter with Kenjaku and, like, they literally never meet. Because, like, I know a lot of people want Yuji and Kenjaku to meet, but I am absolutely okay if they never absolutely meet at all within JJK. I'll be honest with you guys. But I actually kind of want to hear what you guys' thoughts are on that. Because, like, I know a lot of people want them to meet and want them to have an encounter. But I just don't think that it should happen, like, at all. Okay, I think that's enough time for me to have stalled for some level of delay for you guys to be able to type your opinion. I see this him Todori v Sukuna fights going multiple rounds and Megami coming into play eventually. 100%. I don't think Yuji's winning the first round. I think Yuji is going to end up just getting stronger and stronger and get Sukuna's intrigue. Wouldn't it make more sense for Gege to switch views to Kenjaku while all this is going on? I think that is going to happen. Oh yeah, right, they have been in Shibuya, but I mean like a second time. A lot of people want them to meet again and Kenjaku to be Yuji's final antagonist because of the entire, oh, Kenjaku's Yuji's mom thing. But my issue has always been with that of Yuji doesn't care at all about Kenjaku. He's never been focused on Kenjaku. His main focus has always been on Sukuna. Yo, what's up, Dynamic Weeb? Sukuna will bleed innocent. No. No. Wouldn't it make more... Of course, I always stream. I mean, I don't always stream, but I stream when I stream. Whenever I feel like it. Sukuna sweeps GG. Akari might have to die for Yuji to get that power up. Maybe Akari gets the jackpot but transfers the effect to Yuji. I really hope that happens. Because, like, that is something I've always wanted to see possible. Like, that's the main way I can see upgrading Hikari's domain. The ability to give jackpot to several other people. Especially with Sukuna showing the ability to make the sure hit only specifically target some things. And not actually target everything within the domain. So it'll be really cool if Hikari figured out a way to make jackpot just target everyone else, including himself, and just make them all go on that entire cursed energy high state. But, like, there's no proof that he can't do this, but there's no reason that he shouldn't be able to do this, especially because now he knows that that's something possible to do, and Hikari is, like, the domain manipulator, as we all know, with his entire, I'm gonna take this domain to the water, and I'm gonna drop the Kashimo into the water and let him soak himself out of cursed energy by shocking the water. Sukuna has Kenny as his lawyer. Kenny just comes in out of nowhere and decides, all right, I'm here now to defend Sukuna in court. I can't let him die. You see, the one who actually killed Gojo was not Sukuna. You see, my client, my honor, Sukuna decided... See, Gojo decided to move on in peace himself. You see, Gojo didn't act... Gojo just ended himself. It wasn't actually Sukuna who ended him, because Gojo decided not to heal himself. Therefore, Gojo is responsible for the death of Gojo. I'm not reading that. I personally want Yuji to have something related to Kenjaku in the final saga, personally, but I want Yuji to be the main one for Kenny. Or, is that Yuta? I cannot tell. The heart makes... Oh, Yuta? Agreed. I think Yuta is just more set up to go after Kenny at this point. A bit of a selfish request, but can you give us a few reasons to get hyped for JJK? I've been thinking of dropping the series since my favorite characters all... Well, I mean, if those are your favorite characters, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really know what to say. Like, if you are getting unhyped because your favorite characters are gone, I mean, eh. Like, I have a lot more investments in characters like Yuji up to this point, but that's just me. Gojo challenged me, I swear. Look, Sukuna was just defending himself. Gojo was the one who declared the battle. Gojo was the one who did the first move. This is all self-defense. Sukuna did not start the battle. It was Gojo who launched the halt. Wait, you could actually use this as an argument that Sukuna was just defending himself because Gojo was the one who launched the first blow. It was Gojo who triggered the altercate. Why would this actually work? Wait, no, no. Yes, overtime, you've given me the idea on how Gojo can, or how Sukuna can argue around this. Did Maki kidnap Gojo with Toji, curse spirits, and deliver him to Shoko to hear about where the last singer is? No. I honestly think Gojo is gone. It's love, I swear. It's love, I swear. But here's the thing, right? I think Gojo's soul has genuinely moved on and is, like, dead in peace now. It's always been more so a matter of if Gojo can come back, he wouldn't come back. Because, like, he's in peace in the afterlife. He's got his faith in all of his students. And, yeah, he has died satisfied. He doesn't need to come back. It's love, I swear. And Maharaga learning Japanese as we speak. Japanese law as we speak. Maharaga getting that law firm. He's getting that law degree, you know? He's gonna get that law firm. He's gonna come back wearing the suit and tie, getting ready. He won't die, you know? He's so excited. Maharaga's got this. Lawyer up, boys. Sup, hobby? How you doing, man? You see, we have to come up with all of the best arguments for Sukuna, because there are actually some arguments you could really make. Like, if they were to ask if Sukuna killed Gojo, Sukuna really could give the argument that this was self-defense and not first-degree murder. Because it was Gojo who attacked and not Sukuna. It was Gojo who did the first move, and that might actually screw him over. Because Gojo was the one who started the fight. Can't believe those bums Ichiji Utahime and even my man Gaku Ganji watched the poor nameless fish Gojo get turned into sushi without lifting. Okay, I need to say this. You have the weirdest people you are fans of. I have never once seen a Gaku Ganji fan in my life, and I'm now inclined to believe you don't exist as a person. I'm not gonna lie. Sukuna saw Goodman stored in the black box. Oh no. Sukuna would be like, to be fair, it's Gojo's fault I'm here to begin. You see, that's actually kind of true though. But Gojo said he isn't satisfied. Geto said, if you are satisfied, then it's fine with me. And then Gojo asked satisfied like he isn't satisfied. No, the thing is, Gojo said that he felt bad that Sukuna wasn't satisfied. He was satisfied. It was just he felt bad because Sukuna couldn't be satisfied because he couldn't go all out against someone and just throw everything he had in an opponent. That was why Gojo felt bad. I might be misremembering though. I'm just going to go check the chapter real quick, because I think that's what the conversation was, but I do not remember. Okay, let me just... I'll check that later, actually. Sukuna, if Gojo killed that Yuji brat, what was he supposed to do? So I wouldn't have been here. You see, that's exactly the thing. Yeah, Gojo broke the laws first. He's just the one suffering. I can see the actual argument that Sukuna makes is basically... Yeah. Okay, so I think I found the part you're reading at. It's more so the thing of Gojo would have been actually feeling satisfied if Geto was there with him to cheer him on. That was the reason he wasn't satisfied. Gege chose not to have powerful American soldiers because the Gun Devil was already in someone else's manga. Yeah, for Gojo, I believe it's best if he stays dead. Personally, and this is coming from someone who has Gojo as their favorite characters in JJK. I definitely see Gege having Gojo in Yuji and Yuta conscious. 100%. Here's my other thing, though, and I want to be honest with you guys. Gojo is like my third favorite character. He is easily top 5 for me. Gakuganji legit went against decades of his own conditioning and views by keeping the cursed corpse technique hidden from higher-ups for the sake of his new gen. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I am giving Gakuganji props. All I am saying is you are the first person I've ever seen on the planet that is a Gakuganji fan. That is all I am saying. Sukuna attacked first in Chapter 2. Gojo was continuing his self-defense. He's just bringing it all in all the way from back there. Gojo coming back with the Pride Laser. Oh no, no ultimate attack Pride Laser. We all know Sukuna gonna deny even being there since we all know Mikami killed Gojo in 4K. Why do you think Monkey didn't rock up with Higuruma and Yuji? Because she would do way better than Yuji hand-to-hand with no cursed energy. What is going on? Here is the thing. We do not know how much stronger the characters have gotten over the time skip or what they have access to. Because remember, a month of time has passed. Yuji right now could be stronger than Maki for all we know. Or more importantly, and this is what I think is more accurate, it's more likely that Maki went with Yuta to go fight Kenjaku. That is what I think is currently happening. Sukuna explained he cut space, not Gojo himself. Therefore, maybe he can come back as a cursed spirit like me. No. Because, no. Just no. Boo, the Donzo XP did the bare minimum. Boo. Hobby, you're great. Hobby, this is why you're great. Maki has the 50 cal locked and loaded from the same tower Gojo shot the hollow purple. Gotta go sending love to the stream, live to the stream. Rip, see you, man. See you later, man. Hope you have a good day with whatever you're doing. Yuji is stronger than Yuta, Maki, and Hikari, remember this. Yep. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was, especially because Yuji just got a massive, massive rage amp. Or, like, he really should have, because he's also responsible for this in a weird way. But yeah, like, he's not as responsible, but he is technically responsible. Since Gojo died filled with happiness, maybe he'll awaken and be the first blessed spirit. No. No, I don't think so. I think Gojo is literally just going to get reincarnated. I think that if they actually ever wanted to create a sequel series, it's going about teaching the reincarnation and reborn Gojo. That is what I think, or at least I see possible. Sukuna, bro, I was just chilling in limbo, but they kidnapped me talking about how I have to fight this someone named Gojo. Yes, Sukuna in court. We have to come up with all of the arguments for Sukuna, because there are ways. We will find the ways around this. We will find the way so Judge Man doesn't get the immortal sword. Come on, everybody. Come up with your best arguments. And then we also... Oh, we have 51 people here. Nice. I'm happy to see y'all here. Hope y'all are enjoying the stream today. Look, Sukuna just has to have some way out. Because Sukuna, I just genuinely don't think Higuruma is going to land a kill. I think Higuruma's only purpose is going to be removing Sukuna's curse technique for a bit. And then, more importantly, giving us the Sukuna lore we've all been needing and wanting so badly. Because the Sukuna lore is coming. Y'all can feel it. Y'all can smell it. Y'all know it. And it's going to be some great, great lore. Your Honor, I was being silly. Your Honor, it was not me who killed Gojo Satoru. It was space and the universe who killed Gojo Satoru. Gojo died because he was breathing too hard and ended up cutting himself in half for breathing. It was not me who killed them. I just took cut space itself, not Gojo. It was a black hole that spawned out of nowhere that killed him. Is Yuji going to take over Gojo's body and get the Six Size and Limitless? Sup outlaw. Hold on, let me just give you mod. You know, actually, maybe. Serious Fury. Tengen said she's tied to Gojo and the Six Eyes. Maybe Gojo's soul can merge with Tengen, making up for letting the Star Plasma Vessel die on his own, which on his watch. Here's the thing. Tengen is absorbed by Kenjaku right now, so I don't think that's possible. How do you defend Sukuna against the eating... that's not the one we're defending him against. We're defending him against the entire Gojo... Yeah, the Gojo allegations. We're not defending him against that. Don't worry. There's no... I can't defend that. We're defending him about the entire he killed Gojo allegations, because he didn't. I don't think Yuji will get super strong, but I feel like his abilities will probably very well use in the situation we're in. I can see that being the case. I just hope Yuji at least draws blood from Sukuna. It'll be more than Kashimo did. Same. Do you think Sukuna gets forced to jump bodies or Megami? Maybe, I can see that. Now we know. If you could see any one cryptid or folklore creature as a cursed spirit, which one? Japanese or Western or anything? I want to see Jack Frost. Weirdly enough, if you like, I really want to see the Spirit of Winter. Man, he just yawned. His fault, not his fault. Her there was there. Hold on. Y'all ever just have your like just have your like internet just randomly die sometime? Yuji absorbed No, I don't want Yuji to absorb Choso. No, he already ate 6 of his brothers. He doesn't need the 7th one in there too. We have Jack Frost at home. Okay, we don't need Urame. Urame is a Smurf. They're fine. We don't need the Smurf. When do spoilers drop? In like a week, I think. They drop next week, like Wednesday. It's not today, sadly. Or like Wednesday, like night, or not white night, like morning, like really early. It's Wednesday, or it's Wednesday or Tuesday. Depends on your time zone, to be honest. But yeah, it's around then. I probably am gonna stream those leaks in particular purely because they're Yuji based, and I have to rep my son. You know. Yes, my internet died all the time. Sukuna just beats up the lawyer and wait, that might actually be a good. Oh wait, no, violence is disabled. Never mind. I was about to make an entire joke that Sukuna just decides, yeah, the lawyer can't argue back if he's just getting punched in the face repeatedly. Kyoto School feels so useless, truly in the My Hero class. But yep, that is what they are. That is legit what they are. The only one that is useful in that class was Todo, and he's lost his hand now. Yuji swaps Megami's soul out with his. Yuji's fled with Sukuna's memory, hence the lore flashback. If that happens, that'd be sick. There's one theory I really, really like. Dynamic Weeb covers it in his channel, which is the entire theory that with, what's it called again, Higuruma's domain, they're going to get access to seeing Megami and directly talk with Megami through that, which I honestly really wouldn't mind. What do you think will be Yuji's power? Like, which one do you think is the more likely to be? I think it's everything, I'm not gonna lie. I legit think it's gonna be, like, a bunch of things. I think Yuji has access to, like, right now in specific, I think he's using soul manipulation and blood manipulation. I think it has nothing to do with Sukuna's curse technique, purely because if it was, it would be the worst possible moves against Sukuna, because of the entire coded in Sukuna's cursed energy thingy, and that would end up just being weaker against Sukuna unless Higuruma removes the cursed energy. We don't know. I expect Kenjaku spent time recruiting Uro, and she's gonna face off with Uro versus Yuta round 2, and just Uro that's all I'm hearing, or Uro versus Maki. Or Uro versus Kusakabe. I actually kind of would be okay with that fight, if I'm being honest with you guys. That actually kind of, like, sounds sick. Because, like, I want to see how Kusakabe just works around dealing with this most hacked out, busted curse technique with having no curse technique. Yeah, but we've already seen the strongest can do things that are not explainable. So Sukuna can pull whatever he wants. That is very, very true. Also, Sup9. How you doing, man? Yuji will probably have different forms based on each sibling. I would love that. Like, especially, like, Yuji resonates with each of his siblings. That would be pretty sick. Like, each sibling, he just ends up getting stronger, and, like, it's basically him altering his soul to perfectly match the shape of each of his siblings, so they each have an optimal form to use their curse technique. Like, have any of you guys watched Max Steel before? Like, hold on, like, let me just get an image of Max Steel for a minute, because I'm about to make an old reference that's gonna show my age. And show, like, I want to see how many of you guys are younglings like me, or just younger than me, to not know what Max Steel is. It's basically that, and how we just constantly change the form and stuff like that. Gege said, when asked if the Gojo clan are alive outside Satoru said maybe. Yet during calling games, we are told Kano and Gojo clans asked for the Zenin to be removed from top 3 after the Maki genocide. Oh, so the Gojo clan is alive. That's interesting. So the Six Eyes might actually be reborn by this point. We don't know. Sukuna just reaches into his black box and pulls out his twin like I wasn't even there. You know Sukuna going to Yup. I don't have much faith in Higuruma, purely because Higuruma is too perfect of a counter on paper for it to work, in my opinion. I hope his soul manipulation or even extreme powerful version of C manipulation. That'd be sick. So maybe a new Gojo clan member will now show up having the 6 eyes jump to him. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to introduce a new character like that. Not too much like Deku. That is fair. Making me feel old with the have y'all seen Max Steel? Yo, Max Steel is something I've not heard for a while. Okay, look, it's basically just like that. That's exactly what I just imagined right now. Look, I feel old too. I grew up with Max Steel. Love that show so much. Jeez. Man, I actually feel old now. I'm only like 20. Oh no. I'm not supposed to be having my midlife crisis yet. No. It's supposed to be later. I've been between your... How? How did you get there? Rush, how did you get there? Higuruma bathing in full suit. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't read that full thing out loud and my reading speed is faster. Max Steel made me feel old. Exactly. Oh, we got 58 people and sick. But yeah, that is just basically what I imagine it as. Like, that's the easiest way for me to imagine it. But if Yuji is just changing the shape of his soul for it to be more ideal for each vessel, and he can like only like use one at a time, I'm code Lyoko years old. Oh no, Hobby, I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. I'll say that. All right, we got 61 people in. Nice. Yeah. We got 61 people in. Nice, nice. Y'all having a good day. Y'all are feeling good. So y'all have any other predictions for what is going to happen? There's also the entire thing of it's likely that Yuji is using a cursed tool right now. But me and basically every other YouTuber I have seen up to this point have dismissed this possibility. Not because it's unlikely. It is very likely to be possible. It's literally just, if he was using a cursed tool right now, it would be boring. And that is legit just it. Or like, it's more so there's barely anything to talk about. It's like, oh, it's a cursed tool. Okay, what does it do? We know nothing. There's no hints towards it. It's just a cursed tool. Which is why I didn't talk about it being a cursed tool that much. There's a fear that Sukuna is from the high-end era Sugawara clan. I wouldn't mind that, but I don't think Sukuna is going to be from any notable clan. I legit think Sukuna is going to be from a nobody family. And that is why he doesn't have any descendants. Sukuna is going to tear them apart for only his crimes. What about Yuji has indeed a soul-based technique and somehow interferes with Megami inside Sukuna? Like, yo, wake up, dude, do some... I would be okay with that. Like, I think he definitely has something soul-based. Hold on, let me just continue reading. I am losing chat right now. You guys are talking... I think Yuji will swap with Sukuna and summon a totality Maharaka. That'd be sick. If we don't see a blood manip from Yuji, then I'm gonna send Gege a strongly worded letter. Ever since Gojo died, I've lost any and all ability to predict JJK. Exactly. Maybe Sukuna just opens his domain. Do you think that'd be sick. Do you think Megami will just become a revenge machine post his freedom? I can see himself going down the path to risking his life after changing his mind against the final Sukuna fight. I wouldn't be mad at that, for being honest. Genuinely disappointed you always... Oof. I also just read comments really fast. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, my reading speed, like I speak out loud, is not as fast as my thinking speed. That's just it. That's why I always like stop myself midway. And I do not think Inumaki is coming back. Inumaki is gonna come back with the ability to say 2 words and then die. Megami should be the one who defeats Sukuna and unlocks his potential. I think it should be Megami and Yuji. They both have been set up by this point equally so to defeat him. Their literal entire stories revolve around Sukuna to such like a high point. What was the point of letting Uro live? Will she ever get revenge on a Fujiwara descendant? Probably not a Fujiwara descendant, but I think she's going to end up doing something. Do you believe in Yuji's soul swap theory, or was Mei saying Itadori? I think Yuji can soul swap, but I don't think that's the power Yuji has. I think Yuji has something that goes far deeper than soul swapping, and he's basically trying to turn himself into a cursed tool so he can have several souls occupy one body. I don't think the soul swap... Because, like, my thing with the soul swap is, everyone pays attention to the fact he was saying words that did not sound like Kusakabe in Yuji's body, but no one was paying attention to the words Yuji was saying, which was master it already. Which means, to me at least, soul swap was not what he was intending to do. When is 239 coming? Next Tuesday. Megami needs to manifest Maha's positive blade, similar to like piercing flood bro. Needs close quarter combat bad. Agreed. I think he's just gonna get all of the powers of the 10 shadows, from being honest. Like, they're all gonna conglomerate into him, and Megami will be the final shadow. Maybe Megami becomes the final... Honestly, I wouldn't blame Megami. After everything Megami has had to deal with, I don't blame him. A possibility I thought of is that when Sukuna tapped into his OG form, it created stronger connection or flared up the CE in Itadori. But the eating bros makes more sense. I mean, it's possible. Like, I think it's, like, I mentioned before, it could be their cursed energies together was a resonating, kind of, and it caused the one in Yuji, like, the Sukuna cursed energy in Yuji to just flare up. That, like, it's possible, at least. It'd be interesting if Yuji could draw powers from his bloodline and use it to access and do something unique with Sukuna's power. I wouldn't mind it. Like, Yuji is just really smart and really good with cursed energy control manipulation, so him being able to pull that off would be sick. I honestly believe Yuji will fight Sukuna physically, and Megami will fight Sukuna in the inner domain, making Sukuna fight a two-front battle, something he's never experienced before. That I'd be really cool with, especially because Sukuna never lost to jumping before, and if Sukuna were to lose to two people beating him at once, it would prove Sukuna's ideology so wrong, because Sukuna's ideology is basically, oh, I'm the strongest, I can do whatever he wants. But if he loses to people who are just relative to him but weaker than him, it would prove Sukuna so wrong, assuming Yuji's related to Sukuna. That is true, Hobby. Grandpa Itadori was definitely a sorcerer since he warned his son about Kenny. Oh, 100%. They probably weren't... I don't think they were an official sorcerer, but they definitely did fight cursed spirits in the past. Megami is the best character. Like, if Megami is the best character, he should not die. He has so much hate for Sukuna. He has more cursed energy more than anyone at this point, and he has just the right technique to back him up. That is true. But I do... Similar to Acknowledgio from Fairy Tail. Also, like the Demon King from Seven Deadly Sins, if you've read that or watched that. What do you think Sukuna meant when he said this boy is from back then? I have two standing theories. Either A, Yuji is a reincarnation of one of the previous vessels of Sukuna that could contain him, or B, Yuji as Sukuna's reincarnated twin brother. Either way, he's much older than we think. And both are possible, to be honest, but yeah. I think it's one of the two. Either he is Sukuna's first vessel, and that is why Sukuna is so pissed at him, or he is Sukuna's twin brother. It could be either or, though. I just don't think that it's like Sukuna being aware they are an experiment. I don't think so, at least. What do you think Megami... Do you think Sukuna meant when he's... Oh, wait, no, I'm already past that. Megami becoming the final shadow and having all Shikigami powers will make him the next Gojo. True. Why don't they just use the prison realm to capture Sukuna? They have it now, so maybe that's their plan since the prison realm is destroyed. The back half was a trap to try and kill Gojo, and the front half was destroyed by Hana's technique. So just, yeah, that prison realm is likely not an option with just remnant cursed energy, at least based on what I remember. I might be remembering wrong. Doesn't make sense. What part of it is not making sense? I just sped by a lot of theories, so I don't actually know what you're talking about. Nobara Copium? I have to accept there's a chance Nobara might come back, because especially if Megami is still alive, Nobara is going to be alive. Because there's an entire thing that Gege said, which is either 3 of the 4 survive or 1 of the 4 survive. And here is the thing people always don't know about that quote. They were not talking about Yuji in specific, they just meant in general. So no, it wasn't specifically Yuji and the 4 other 3 characters being Gojo, Megami, and Sukuna. It was all 4 of them in general. Maybe Yuji the reincarnation of the leader of the Sun and Moon squads of the 5 Jet. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Definitely has to be his brother. Too many clues. Agreed. We know Sukuna is straight considering his threat of going Naoya on Nobara in the juvenile center. So maybe Yuji is descendant. So no, Gege directly says Sukuna has no descendants. So Yuji is not directly blood related as a descendant of Sukuna. There might be someone else who is related, like he might be a descendant of Sukuna's brother, but he is not a descendant of Sukuna directly. It's crazy that we are so deep in JJ. Agree. Like, the fact we don't know much about Yuji is kind of insane at this point. But we're going to find out some things, I feel, pretty soon. I think the fight between Sukuna and Yuji will be a multi-staged fight like Kaido's fight. I think Yuji will try disarm in each round until Sukuna has nothing to use besides brute strength. I think so too. Either that or it's going to be a mixture of Sukuna losing things in his arsenal while Yuji gains more things in his arsenal. I can see that being happening. Like, I really think that's going to happen because that would be like the best way. Basically make Yuji go through like 3 Gojo style awakenings that he ended up going through, like how Gojo went like in Awakening against Toji to become stronger than him by a long shot. I watched the new episodes and I like Choso so much. I want him to give Itadori a run for his money and then fight for the next episode. Damn. I mean, I kind of agree with you because, yeah, Choso was really important for the rebirth of Yuji, in my opinion. And just, like, Yuji kind of needed to lose that battle. Like, what was it called again? Someone made a really, I think Tylern was their name. Tylern made a really good video on that. I really think the human centipede will be a huge part of the story. It's mentioned a few times as a joke, but it has a lot of parallels to JJK, and it's mentioned as important moments. I could honestly see that being the case. I don't remember much about it, if I'm being honest, but I could see that being the case. Everybody ganks until Ichigo enters the battlefield. Oh no, Ichigo about to soul the verse. Sukuna gangster confirmed. I think Higuruma is the general reincarnation of the Seimei no Abe descendant or reincarnation. I've been seeing that name a lot, and I still need to do research on it because I don't know what that name means. I'm going to be honest with you. Do you think this is the final Sukuna fight, or do you think they'll retreat and fight? No. This is definitely the final Sukuna fight up to this point. If they let Sukuna retreat, it's a really bad move because they're going to let Sukuna get back to full power. This has to be the final Sukuna fight. I just think Sukuna is going to end up letting them get stronger in the fight, or Yuji's going to get stronger in the fight where Sukuna wants him to or not, and eventually through that and a mixture of that and Sukuna getting weaker because of battle damage, Sukuna will eventually lose. Sukuna is the king. He is just such a powerhouse. I want him to defeat Higuruma and Itadori from mid-diff, and then Megumi rises and fights Sukuna and Itadori. I wouldn't mind that, because I don't think Itadori should win this first fight. Even with the massive rage amp, I don't think he's enough yet. Sup, Brian? What do you think of the theory that Gojo comes back on his birthday? Buddha started his spiritual journey at the age 29, and Gojo turned 29, I think, December 7th. I wouldn't mind that so long as it's basically a new Gojo. Like, Gojo's spirit exists and soul exists in a new person and basically reincarnated. So if it's after the series, I really wouldn't mind that. I don't think Gojo should be the savior at this point. Human Centipede is referenced because Yuji is the result of cruel experiments. Kenjaku. True. Hot take, Yuji's a bad person. He always lets others die in his place and doesn't feel bad about making them sacrifice for his sake. Toto's arm, Choso's 6 brothers, etc. He said it himself. No, that is completely incorrect. He feels insanely bad about Toto. He didn't have enough. Man wanted to basically die against Yuta because of everything that happened in Shibuya. Like, he was holding back, as Yuta stated himself when he was fighting against him, that he was trying to get himself killed. And he legit felt bad and sorry that he ended up eating Choso's 6 brothers. And Choso told him, yeah, it'll be okay if you eat them because they will live on through you. Choso was the one who encouraged him. Yuji felt sad and bad about it. Yuji felt regret. I think Sukuna low-key roots for Yuji. Agreed. Yeah, he got clapped. Gojo needs to stay dead. Agreed me. Do you believe this will end a Black Zetsu and Mars situation, Kenjaku, and Sukuna? No. I do not. I genuinely don't think that's how it's going to end, purely because, like, here's the thing. A huge thing of Kenjaku's plan revolves around Sukuna being alive. Mahito wrote that comment. True, though. Yuji is not a bad person. Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. Can you see Sukuna winning then a whole time skip for the darkest time and while Heroes Buffy? No. I genuinely don't. Because the thing about people, like, people genuinely don't understand this about JJK. The power growth is not linear, it's exponential. The best chance for them to grow is directly fighting against Sukuna, and they need to grow by doing that. I don't think training will serve them any good. I think they actually have to directly fight Sukuna. I think Kenjaku is a good guy to do the binding vow to end what is permanent. Maybe. I could see the case. Yo, I don't always agree with your opinion, but I always enjoy your content. Thank you, Angel. Yeah, Gojo shouldn't come back anytime soon. I agree. And Yuji, bad person. Someone commented Yuji a bad person. I had to defend my boy. Just like how Mahito smiles when he's fighting and drowning in joy, so someone who actually reads my comments and responds in such a beautiful way. Thanks, man. I enjoy reading the comments. Mahito wrote that comment. Yuji's suffering is peak JJK. Can't wait for the next chapter of the best panels are of Yuji in pain and rage. Agreed. There's no time for a training arc. The training arc is Yuji versus Sukuna. That is what I have to say. And it's going to be one of the best training arcs because he's going to get stronger as they fight. And this is extremely consistent for Jujutsu Kaisen because that is how Jujutsu Kaisen is. You get stronger exponentially by fighting someone. You don't get stronger through time. You don't get stronger through training. You get stronger through fighting. Look at Yuji versus Hanami. Look at Yuta versus Geto. Look at Gojo versus Toji. All of them got stronger because they fought someone. And that is also just very consistent. As long as Sukuna and Yuji coexist, the Age of the Curses will come to be. So I think Yuji is dying at the end. I could see that being the case. But I think it'll be Yuji and Sukuna. I feel most of the fandom misses that Sukuna theorized that Gojo had his last finger. It was never hinted by Gojo. Perhaps Kenjaku actually has it as a contingency against Sukuna to mess with his soul. I could see that being the case. But yeah, Yuji is a male Madoka Kaname. Rush is speaking absolute facts right now. Agreed. Like, Yuji's suffering is easily some of the best moments of JJK, 100%. And your videos are so full of true JJK fan energy. I just put my own heart and soul into them, man. That's it. I just have fun talking with you guys. And, like, I remember a lot of things about JJK, even though some things I admittedly don't remember. There are things I've gotten wrong, even though I try my best. But, I do what I do. And we got 77 people. I think this is my biggest solo stream I've ever had. Thank you so much, guys, for having so many of you people here. Like, I'm actually kind of happy that there's so many of you guys here. But yeah, I've been enjoying this stream a lot. This is probably one of my favorite streams. Oh, and we're over 5.2k now. Nice. Woo. This has been a fun stream so far. Like, talking about Yuji doing these predictions, they've been great. But yeah, no, Yuji's suffering, like, there's a reason why Yuji's suffering is easily some of the best moments, because it just helps so much of the build-up, and just, you can feel Yuji's emotions so well. It's hard to imagine that a whole legion of hand sorcerers, including Angel, couldn't take down Sukuna, but these kids will, to be honest. I agree, but at the same time, I just think they're going to get massively stronger as they fight Sukuna. Like, I think the true person who's going to end up being Sukuna's defeater is going to be Sukuna himself, because it's going to be Sukuna's arrogance that's going to cause them to get stronger. Yuji defeats actually serve as training for him. This would be tied in with Sukuna defeating Yuji multiple times, though the fight until Yuji suppressed him. Exactly. Here's the thing. Gege likes making his characters lose so he doesn't have to write training arcs. It's something he directly wrote into the power system intentionally, so it would be a lot easier and he wouldn't have to write training arcs instead, so people can feel him getting strong enough to do these certain things is justifiable, because he loses and suffers so much, and he doesn't have to put the effort in of training, but instead he has to put the effort in of surviving the trials that he gets of life himself. And that is honestly something I love a lot. Thanks, Hobby. I just love Yuji's suffering. It's terrible, but it makes for a good story, similar to how Spider-Man suffers now. Exactly. Spider-Man is one of the best examples of this. Suffering makes a character, and suffering makes strength. A lot more, in my opinion, than just a simple training arc. Imagine Kenjaku right now chilling in some random building far away from binoculars, eating popcorn, enjoying the slaughter. I wouldn't surprise me. This is Kenjaku we're talking about. Since Megami can also use curse tools plus 10 shadows, he is very good in close combat. Can I say he's overall stronger than Yuji? Currently, maybe? I mean, I wouldn't be too mad at you for saying that take, unless we're talking about the Yuji who fought against Sukuna. That Yuji, I think, beats Megami. Other than that, I wouldn't be too mad at you for that take. We had a small annoying retcon though. Gojo said early on that the Sukuna in Yuji will act as a radar to find the fingers, yet Sukuna himself has no clue where the last finger is. That's not a retcon, that's just Gojo being wrong. Because Yuji never finds any of the Sukuna fingers. So that's not a retcon, that's more so just Gojo was wrong. Oops, I meant Lyson. Will Yuji have an inherited CT from Kenjaku or his mother? Maybe. That is for the future to tell. If Yuji had anti-gravity manipulation, I really wouldn't be mad at that. That's like one of the things I really want to happen. It's just there's no evidence for it, but I really hope Yuji gets anti-gravity manipulation from his mom. Because that'd be super sick. Especially showing the direct connection between Yuji and Kenjaku in the process. Jigsaw, if he was a Jujutsu sorcerer versus Higuruma. You know, that actually sounds like a good video idea, Hobby. That's actually really good. I also just don't know enough about Jigsaw. I'd have to watch a Jigsaw movies, but that'd be really cool. I'm going to do that now. That has been noted in my mind. Do you see anyone besides Higuruma and Hime Todori taking down Sukuna? If so, who? For me, I can see the top tiers at different points in time throughout the Sukuna fight. No. I genuinely don't think they should be able to take down Sukuna. Unless they get the same treatment. I don't see Yuta being capable of it especially, or Hikari. They don't have the same moveset. If Maki can off-guard Sukuna with the Soul Split Katana, there might be a way, I just don't see that happening. Kenjaku looking like, oh, don't do it, I'm Sukuna. Oops, meant to mention Warrior trying to multitask, it isn't working out. Understandable, multitasking is hard. Also, I agree. I definitely see Sukuna losing due to his own personality, coupled with the students getting stronger over time, and Sukuna getting weaker over time through battle and Higuruma confiscation. Exactly. Like, Sukuna is just going to be the main weakness to himself because he is so arrogant in his belief that he is the strongest, which is going to cause him to allow the students to get stronger rather than just killing him when they had the chance. Name, Ryomen Sukuna. Curse technique, True Jitsu. Effect, unparalleled understanding and control of cursed energy to deconstruct emulate techniques. Jogo Fire, Maharaga Space Cut. I wouldn't mind if that was Sukuna's curse technique, not gonna lie. Yuji has not fought Sukuna yet. He is going to in the next chapters. I mean, I may be wrong because I don't read the manga, just watch spoilers on YouTube. Oh, but no, yeah, Yuji has fought Sukuna before. In chapter 214, he fought Sukuna once. Maki, I swear to God, if Yuta and Maki are still watching the fight and doing nothing, I will call them frauds for the rest of my days. So I hope they either jump with Yuji or at least jump Kenjaku. They better be jumping Kenjaku. Especially Yuta. Yuta is not of good use against Sukuna right now because his power only lasts for 5 minutes and they still have the Kenjaku problem. They better be going after Sukuna right now. Do you think Megami's soul regaining his body will reset the Shikigami's lives and perhaps have Axe solved them? Maybe we can still see... Nope. Because here's the thing. Sukuna had access to all the tamed Shikigami Megami had, because Sukuna could immediately summon Nue and they weren't tamed. Gojo wasn't wrong because the disaster curses brought most of them to Yuji, but curses possessing the fingers were drawn out by him. That might be the thing. That might be it. It might be just more so the cursed fingers were like more obvious in their display, so it was easy to find them. At least, I don't know. It's really weird. I think Yuji will switch bodies and with Sukuna to free Megami as self-sacrifice. I could see that happening as well, to be honest. Like, him switching bodies and then taking both himself and Sukuna down in Megami's body, even though that'd be really weird. Yuta and Maki should become a couple, and Maki should tell Yuta Aw, that's adorable. Too bad Rika would probably try and eat Maki immediately. I'm kidding. I think the best way for Yuji to win is eat Sukuna again and try and suppress him. That'd be a pretty cool way. Sukuna might lose because he drops his guard more than anything. I could see that being the case. Yuta. Yuta, do anything, please. If pre-Mahito, pre-anti-gravity reveal, pre-Tengen Kenny thought nothing of Yuta when speaking to Gojo, then why are fans hyping that Rika merchant? Because they really like Yuta. They think Yuta is extremely cool, and especially because of the JJK Zero movie that recently came out, especially. That is the main reason that I think people are fans of Yuta. That and because cool guy with sword. It's probably both of those. Rika is a curse, and she listens to Yuta before doing anything. I mean, that is a true point. Yeah, she might not try and eat Maki because she's angry that Maki is getting all the Yuta attention now instead of her. You got a point, I can't lie. If everyone went at Sukuna right now, would give Kenjaku too many possibilities to exploit them. Exactly. All I hear is Koi Mekamon. I'll laugh if we cut to Kenjaku and all we see is him absorbing with Yuta, Rika with Yuta, and Maki bleeding out or crushed. Oh no. And the thing is, it just happened again by Geto's body again. No, Yuji takes Megami's body back with his new curse technique, and Sukuna goes back into Yuji's body. I mean, I'm gonna be real. If Sukuna goes back into Yuji's body right now, that might be even worse, because Yuji's a buff boy. And you're stacking that with twice as much curse energy as Sukuna, as Yuta. Do you think Sukuna biting off Angel's arm will come into play somehow? No. I don't think it'll come into play at all. I just don't think it's going to come into play. I think that was just Sukuna being a menace. If Gege gives Yuta that Kashimo treatment, I'll find him for real this time. Gege is better be careful right now because he has a lot of people that want him and want him badly for everything he has done. For all the pain he's caused. Can Gojo come back as a cursed corpse? No. I genuinely don't think Gojo can come back. Do you even know what I said, or you make a fake laugh to get past my comment? I know what you said. I mean, I at least know how to pronounce it. I don't know the meaning of it. I don't know what that means. What does it mean? I feel like JJK's ending this year, but what if we're heading for a time skip when Kenny succeeds at ushering another age of curses like it's never seen, that we see our crew peeked out trying to save the world? Now, here's the thing. It is very possible Kenjaku might actually end up winning. I will acknowledge that. My thing is, like, what is there to talk about if Kenjaku wins? It's the obvious path. Never liked Yuta. Frankly, he got the personality people I'd bully in high school. He wishes he was a Kari. Now you just get beaten up by Rika and badly. I see some people underestimating Yuji because he doesn't have the same amount of cursed energy as Yuta, and the Sukuna always downplays Yuji. Yep. Ooh, Rush gave me a question. Do you think Angel will do anything? At this point, I don't think it's likely. She might do some final, like, Jacob's ladder where she sacrifices her life. Maybe. I'm not sure. I think Yuji won't have soul-swapping abilities to sacrifice himself. Then what is the point of becoming strong? He could just be as weak as possible and swap. Also, Sukuna gets the power of whoever he possesses, then he can just swap back. Maybe. Shadowhunter, I completely agree. They sleeping on our MC. Yep, they sleeping on MC. Yuta is a Hikari victim, unfortunately. Sorry for typos. We good. I also just read a bit too fast, I'm gonna be real with you. Gege needs to drop the romance manga, just stick with JJK for a few years for real. I took off my contacts. Understandable. Like, I have glasses, so I understand that pain. I feel like we get a Sukuna backstory throughout. I feel like we get a Sukuna backstory throughout trial. Then once Higuruma and Yuji can't finish Sukuna in the domain, Higuruma is killed and possibly Hikari as a result of Yuji is forced to evolve. I don't think Hikari's dying. Hikari came in the fresh J's. He ain't dying. They ain't going. They ain't going crease. Hello, Daniel. Who do you think is dying? That is a long list. Every villain I think is dying. I would prefer the crew to run away and get a 1-year time skip that would make their growth feel more earned. I'm also a fan of post-apocalyptic worlds post-villain's victory. Here is my thing, right? And I talked about this before. JJK growth is not about time. It is about what you do in that time. Training for a year would not help you as much as fighting Sukuna directly and getting stronger as you fight Sukuna. That is just how JJK has always been. I agree, Shadowhunter 21. If Yuji is taught correctly, he likely has the highest potential. 100%. All to remember, Yuji's only been doing this for like 7 months. Yuji's insane. Sukuna only cared about Megami's life. That says a lot about Megami and his potential to become an ultra god like Yuji's sorcerer. 100%. Megami has a lot of potential. Yuji may possibly be Captain Ginyu. They also said the merger is only going to affect Japan, not all humans on the planet, so maybe they can go train with Miguel. It also doesn't affect people who have cursed energy control, because they can just reject it. So even if they tried, Miguel would just reject it because he is a sorcerer. He has cursed energy. I don't know, but I feel like Kenjaku is going to hop in the battle. Talking about a 2v2 is more fun. I don't think so. Or at least, like, I don't think Kenjaku is going to fight Yuji at all. Because Kenjaku is doing his own thing. Higuruma can't handle Sukuna crimes, literally. Sukuna has done some messed up things. Man is a war criminal. Yuta is dying for sure. As much as I don't want it to happen, Kenjaku has a good chance of winning. I'm still rooting for Team Jujutsu High. Same. Kenjaku has a very good chance of winning. Don't get me wrong. I just don't want it to happen. Do you think Yuta can copy Sukuna's technique? Maybe. It really depends on what the conditions of copy is. But the thing is, even if he does, I don't think he'd be as skilled as Sukuna with it. Hikari can Space Jam 11s on. He can't lose. Exactly. Listen, I think he cared about him only for his technique that he could utilize. I could see that being the case. How do you think Yuji and Higuruma came to Hikari's domain? I think Todo. No, I think it's Uiui. Because, like, I think Uiui has a teleportation ability. And, like, that's how Mei got to a literal different country away from Shibuya. And they're just using Uiui as a teleporter. Remember the last time Sukuna met someone with luck-based powers, Haruta? Just saying, that could be Hikari. No. You see, here's the difference, right? Hikari's gonna heal. Again. Has Gojo ever got a W? Failed at everything. I mean, he won against... Actually, yeah. Gojo beat Toji. He's gotten fight Ws. He just... Everything else, not really. What part of the Con games are you excited to see animated in 20? Kashimo versus Hikari. Easily. And Yuji versus Higuruma. And Yuki versus Kenjaku. Those are the ones I'm most excited to see. I feel like the reason why Yuji is just getting his curse technique now because Sukuna's soul was getting in the way of his curse technique. I can see that. I really think that is the case too, because Sukuna is a butt. I feel like the reason why Yuji is just getting his curse technique... Oh wait, I already read that one. I wish they had more teaching moments of Yuji and Gojo. It's like I wanted a bit more. Here's the thing. Gojo is not a good teacher. I think it should be like... I think it should have been someone else. Fortnite. That's why his technique can make him godlike powerful. You just go into Fortnite. It all makes sense now. Also, yeah, in JJK, growth happens the most in the heart of battle. Like that and a lot of personality in the series. Agreed. Here is the thing, right? In most, like, this is also just a thing in general in real life. You get stronger much better through actual experience rather than just straight up, what's it called again, training for a while. If you lift 5 pounds weights all your life, or instead of lifting 50-pound weights for a year, the person who lifts 50-pound weights for a year is going to get much further. Sukuna is a walking graveyard. I can't wait to see Hikari's dance with the funk music. I'm so excited to see that actually animated and all the edits that are going to be around that. I have an ominous feeling that Kenny has been cooking like a mofo for centuries and that the oven alarm is about to go off. Same here, that's going to be sick. He beat Geto in basketball. That's true. He killed a homeless man. I mean, that's respectable, I'm going to be honest with you. If Yuji died while swapping with Megami, why wouldn't Yuji become a curse embodying the pure deity? The thing is, Yuji needs to die by non-cursed energy methods for him to become a curse. Gojo fails when it means the most. I think it's poetic. 100%. He has the power to achieve anything he wants, but not the power to make sure that other people don't suffer. That sounds like a good video idea. Would Sukuna respect Toji or pity him in an honest way? He keeps speaking of a true Jujutsu, yet Toji doesn't even have energy, yet through his own struggle etched his name in the world. He would be interested in Toji. For example, like, we see this with Maki, because I think the reason that Sukuna was interested in Maki is because Sukuna literally can't sense Maki, and there's never been a heavenly restriction user before Toji and Maki. So that is why I think he would be interested more so than anything else. Toji's not homeless, he sleeps on money. That's true. That's true. He sleeps on his bags. If Yuta defeats Sukuna, Kenjaku be the world's proudest mom. Exactly. Kenjaku's so proud of his little boy. Gojo was the best teacher for Megami. Agreed. That's fair. I mean, he didn't teach Megami anything other than, like, what he needed to do to ascend, which I respect. It's sad how people constantly try calling Gojo a failure, but constantly gloss over Geto's continue to fail. Look, Geto is a mistake. That is all I'll say. As a person. They had talked about Gojo being a bad teacher since everything came naturally to him. Yep, that is the thing. You cannot teach someone how to achieve something and the steps if you just automatically get there yourself. Maybe if Yuji was taught by Tengen of Hell, even Yuta, he might be further. I could see that. Wait, I feel like I said something out of pocket and I don't remember what I said. What did I say, Hobby? Yuji is a cursed object now. Now, can he put all of himself in one finger and feed to Sukuna? Maybe. He might be, like, I think he is trying to recreate what Sukuna does with his own fingers and just do it through his own body. Yuji offs himself. Boom. If you made a curse technique, what would that curse technique be? If I made a curse technique, I need to debate. Do I want to be an annoying person to everyone on the planet or not? That is what I debate with myself every single day. Yugi is the world's worst therapist. Oh, 100%. Gojo let Sukuna eat 20 fingers then died, and left a 20-finger Sukuna free to roam the earth. Yup, and Gojo died satisfied, left on in peace. He's okay with that. Is it confirmed that Yuji's power is like changing souls or whatever you guys are talking about? Not, it's kind of confirmed, it's just really, it's more so like Yuji kind of swaps souls with Kusakabe, and it's just the dialogue Yuji and Kusakabe are saying does not match them being their normal self. Curse technique, eternal flame. That is a good idea. I set everything on fire eternally. Perfect. Honestly, I can't wait for Yuji to make like a Beyblade and spin the block with Sukuna. Totally overlooked connection. Angel's technique is CT removal. Punishment for breaking rules in the con game is CT removal. Did Angel's binding vow with Kenny involve helping with the CG? Is she the game master? No. We know the calling games have no true game master. We directly find this out with a conversation between Kenjaku and the Kogane. Also, Gojo's obviously a good teacher based on how his students have progressed. Gojo's teachings aren't traditional, but they are effective. That is true. I think here's my thing. Gojo is an amazing mentor, not a teacher. There is a difference. A mentor sets someone on the right path. A teacher teaches someone how to do so. I think Gojo is a perfect mentor, just not a good teacher. That's it. Imagine if Sukuna straight trained Yuji just so that he would finally have an opponent that can satisfy him. That's what the battle is going to be between Yuji and Sukuna. Yuji getting strong enough so he can actually be satisfied. Because, like, here's the thing, and this is what someone else pointed out to me, it kind of sounds like Sukuna wants to die straight up, because of his entire comment of eating humans and sipping on it is perfect until he dies. So it's just like, Sukuna might actually want to die. My technique would be Book of the End from Bleach. I don't know enough about Bleach to know what that is, I'm gonna be honest. Gojo taught Yuji how to utilize his emotions and control them, which is the greatest thing to learn in the world. You know what? That's true. Alright, I give Gojo too much crap. Gojo actually might be a good teacher. I apologize for the insults I've been giving. Like, Sukuna indirectly trained Yuji in his sleep. I would love that. Want to know the guy who I want to be my teacher if I was a jiu-jitsu student? Nanami. For me, it'd be Kusakabe. I'll be honest, because Kusakabe is a good teacher. Gojo already knew about Purple before he even acquired RCT, because he was raised in the Gojo clan. Who knew that what Megami would have learned if he was raised by Zenin clan? I think Zenin Megami would be stronger if not for his concerns for his sister. Oh, 100%. If Megami was okay with being a Zenin, he would be strong as all living crap. Because he'd be amazing as a Zenin. Because he, like, here's the thing. His life as a Zenin would not be bad because he is so strong and has so much potential. If we see Gojo with Stitches, I'm dropping JJK. I doubt we're going to get Gojo with Stitches, don't worry. How much would you laugh if Gege reveals the Soul Swap thing was actually Kusakabe finally awakening a technique and not Yuji? That would kill me, I'm not gonna lie. If that's the case, I would be so proud and I find that funny. Did Vines ever become popular in Japan? Did Yuji get to see Vines? I mean, JJK does take place in 2017. I think that's the era where Vines starts, if I remember correctly. I do not remember. Yuji's about to jujitsu all inside... Rush, why? Yuji's about to jujitsu all inside Sukuna's Kaizen. My curse technique would be the ability to freeze and wind manipulation. That'd actually be pretty sick. I think you mean ice and wind manipulation, but yeah, that'd be pretty sick. I don't think it makes sense if Yuji sacrificed himself because he needs to live so Choso's brothers live on. And there's the fact that everyone who died want... Oh yeah, that actually is really true. Yuji really can't sacrifice himself or else his brothers also go with him. Wait, what if they had enough points to collectively they could remove Sukuna from Megami's body? And like introducing a rule where Sukuna is no longer Megami's body and just like it would end all reincarnated sorcerers in the process. But like two souls can't be in one body. Eternal Flame spitting facts. As much as I love Gojo, he's a great mentor but not a good teacher. Yep. That's just always been my opinion. Grammy's ability from Bleach would be a good CT. So would Uryu's. 100%. I know who Grammy's ability is. Yo, sup, he's a cousin. Gojo failed Nobara the same way Kakashi failed Sakura. Both preferred Sasuke-Megami and gave him personal training, yet loved Naruto-Yuji while ignoring the girl. I mean, to be fair, what can Gojo teach Nobara? And here's the difference. Nobara is already going in with a lot of experience, but what could Gojo teach Nobara? Takaba thinks Yuji is the strongest, is funny, and you know, that would be the best way to make Yuji the strongest, I'm not gonna lie, and I think people wouldn't be mad about that because you couldn't be mad because it'd be funny. Vine was early 2014. No, I don't remember. You see, I'm a youngin. Do you think open barriers and domain barrier manipulation come back up? Oh, 100%. They did not introduce that for no reason. It's definitely going to come back up. Whether through Hikari or Yuji or Higuruma, that's to wait and see. Rush, I plan to make my own movie showing my character. Perfect. Yuji with the left hook, uppercut, and jab combo. That'd be sick. Vine. I'm waiting for Kenjaku to have his Aizen moment and tell Yuji he was the one who put Sukuna's finger at his school. Oh boy, that would be a moment. My cursing would be shapeshifting with a variety of different conditions. That would probably be a really strong hobby because of the conditions you're putting on it. Sukuna, yes sir. In theory, do you think Yuji will end with the strength to be another Sukuna, but choose a different path if he doesn't die? Yes. I think Yuji is going to end up becoming the strongest, but he's going to take a different path of all the other strongest, where he's not going to put his identity in his strength, but instead in all of the people around him, and he is going to find satisfaction through that. And that is how he's going to find his satisfaction, unlike everyone else, like Kashimo, like Sukuna, like Yuji, or Gojo, who only could find satisfaction through death. Hikari, Higuruma, and Yuji fans, we ride at Dono. Also, thanks for the Dono, Sakai's and you the grace. What if I said a word and breathe ice? That'd be so cool. That'd actually be really cool. To be fair, 90% of your Jiu-Jitsu source, it's not 90, it's 80%, but yeah, you're right. It's just it's like really big number. Talk about the pinnacle of the verse, and he doesn't even know it. Here's the thing, I think if Takaba knew, it would, I've talked about this before, if Takaba knew what his technique was, it would make the technique worse, in my opinion. Purely because how can you find something funny if you know your jokes end up making things more powerful? It just creates a dichotomy in your brain. Do you actually find anything funny? Simple domains, expansion, domain amplification, falling blossom motion, RCT, all things he could share with no bar refused to. That's more just Gojo being a bad teacher. It's the same reason Gojo sent Yuji to Kusakabe instead, because Gojo is not able to teach people properly. Gojo is a good mentor, not a good teacher, because Gojo is just too good and too skilled. Like, that goes same with Yuji, by the way. Yuji should have been taught simple domain, but he can't be taught that by Gojo because Gojo is not smart. Or, well, Gojo's smart as hell. Gojo is not a good person at explaining because he is too good. Rush animated, but I liked realistic graphics in a long way. But I really want to be successful and make my dreams come true, so I'll dive for money. Exactly. For the money. I thought the Aizen moment was going to be Kenjaku telling him he planned his birth. Thing is, he already knows about that, because Choso told him. How strong would Kenny be if he snuck his brain to Gojo among all the commotion? He would be weaker, because here's the thing. If he snuck his body or brain into Gojo, he wouldn't get the 6 eyes. Thus, he would not be able to use the Limitless because he doesn't have the 6 eyes, which is necessary to use the Limitless. Kakashi did straight up not give a fuck about Sakura. He was like, okay, she's here too. Yep, at least Gojo actually cared a bit. Book of the End from Bleach allows me to insert myself in people and objects past. It isn't memory manipulation as my presence in history becomes true. For example, I'm your brother. Oh, so basically fate manipulation. Or not fate manipulation, history manipulation. Interesting. Yuji Itadori, I am your mother. My curse technique would be here to make anyone experience intense... Why are you like this, Gray? I know what that word means. I'm not reading that out loud. Why are you like this? Y'all playing Spider-Man 2 next week? Probably. But why are you like this, Gray? Yeah, no, why? Why are you like this, my man? Do characters in Jujutsu Kaisen get powers based on their personalities? It's 50-50 in my opinion. Because, like, curse techniques are based on who you are, but they're also based on bloodline. So it's so weird. It's a mixture of both, and I think we don't actually know I don't think we know as much as we think we do about curse techniques and cursed energy, and only one person truly knows it, and that's Sukuna. I don't even think Kenjaku knows the true identity of curse techniques and how they actually function, if I'm being honest. Lamau, no the O-Punch. There's a game that I consider the best game ever. It's called Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, and the technique is called the Thumb. And you speak in dragon language, and then you can shoot one of the oh no, the Fuzroda. Was trying to be unique is all. I mean, that's fair. That's very unique. I'm not gonna lie, if I was fighting you and that happened to me, I would stop fighting you, because that would actually be enough to stun me, and that's not happening. I ain't losing to someone like that. I would rather die. Gojo is the head of his family and has things going on for me. So if the series that takes away his time, Gojo states that Megumi rarely asked to train, alluding Gojo wanted to train with him more. That I wouldn't be surprised at. Gojo wanted to be Megumi's dad more often, to train him more often. So we're never going to see a full domain experience. I'm confident Megumi's coming back. I'm very confident Megumi is going to come back. Don't you worry. We're going to see that domain expansion, alright? They did not ensure... I really doubt we're not going to see a complete Megumi domain expansion. Can't take Skyrim seriously, growing up with it and seeing all the memes. Yeah, that's honestly fair. Do you think Yuji's power will be based on his personality? Like, he clearly wants to give everyone a good death, a good life, and save people. He must have something to do with that. I think so too. Sukuna proved he's at least equal understanding and efficiency in C manipulation as the 6 Eyes Gojo. So I think the 6 Eyes are necessarily for Limitless. Here's the thing. Sukuna's understanding of curse energy manipulation is far beyond human limits in general. Man figured out how to turn himself into a cursed object after seeing Kenjaku do it once. Man copied Maharaga's cleave and dismantle after seeing it once. The 6 Eyes are not necessary, don't get me wrong. It's just Kenjaku is not on Sukuna's level of cursed energy control. If you gave Limitless to Sukuna, Sukuna could use it. Easily. If you gave it to Kenjaku, I'm not as sure. I think Sukuna will be Yuji's last mentor, and when he is finally defeated, he will be for once prideful for Yuji. I could see that. Yeah, Sukuna is just built different. Like, I hate to say it, like, Sukuna is just completely and absolutely built different. Memes are nothing, at least. Not until you get an arrow to the knee. An eternal fire arrow, you mean? Hehehe. Sukuna is just a different beast. And like, here's the thing: the six eyes have already been displayed to not be the pinnacle of cursed energy manipulation. As much as I hate to say that too, and I know people are gonna get pissed at me for that, because here's the thing: people can use the Black Flash better than Gojo. Yuji could use it 5 times in a day in comparison to Sukuna. Gojo, who's only been shown to be able to use it four times in a day. It's 4 or 3. I know it's less than Yuji, but I think he tied now Nanami. Yeah. Nanami, that's his name. Real question, can that boy Sukuna turn himself into a pickle? It's Sukuna. He can do anything. I wouldn't be surprised if he just randomly turned himself into a pickle and used that to kill Yuta. Yuta feels like the type of person who'd be afraid of pickles. Sukuna also understood how Gojo was resetting his curse that he copied and knew the number of times Gojo could reset. You want to know something else crazy? Sukuna immediately figured out Maharaga. Gojo didn't even figure out Maharaga at the end of the fight. He was still ambiguous about it. He wasn't sure. He needed to fight and figure it out. Sukuna just immediately figured out how Maharaga worked. Sukuna is insane. If Angel mastered RCT instead of his light causing curse negation, it may cause curse empowerment and use it to boost others' techniques. I could see that. That'd be a really cool way to actually power people up. Imagine being immortal, but you have to rip your fingers off. I never could either. I'm about honest. Sukuna is just outstanding. Kenjaku is the reason behind all of it. I think we overstate his intelligence when Kenjaku is literally a brain. Also, Gojo did 6 in a day. Gojo did not do 6 in a day. Gojo has never done... I don't think he's done 6 in a day. In the battle against Sukuna, he only did 4. And Nanami held the record until Yuji surpassed it. I know, unless I'm remembering wrong, but I don't think Gojo did 6 in a day. Yuji's just Baki characters in raw physical strength, no CE. 1 knocked out, 2 against... No, he didn't do 4 against Maharaga. He only did 1 against... He only did 4 in total. Reread the chapter. He did not do 6 in that battle. Yuji versus Baki characters in raw physical strength and no CE. He did 2 in total against Maharaga. And did 1 against Agito. Kid Gojo could sense people from a distance, yet couldn't sense Kenjaku and Shibuya or sense Sukuna. The first one wasn't a Black Flash. That was just a normal punch. Yet couldn't sense Kenjaku and Shibuya and sense Sukuna about to unleash a slash despite them saying there's a spark before a technique gets used. It's just Sukuna's curse technique is invisible and you can't sense Sukuna's curse technique being used. I don't know why you couldn't sense Kenjaku, I'm not going to lie. But it's just Sukuna... Yeah, you can't detect Sukuna's curse technique being used. That's it. If Yuji defeats Sukuna or shows some cool powers, you will see how many people will say they always believed in Yuji. Just wait. I know. When did Yuji surpass Nanami? His record is 4 like Nanami. 5 total in a day, but only 4. The record that Nanami had was 4 in a day. It wasn't 4 consecutive. Like, the record that Nanami had was I think it was 4 in a day? I might be remembering. If it was consecutive, then Yuji and Nanami are tied, with Gojo being behind them, because Gojo only used 3 consecutively. He did not use 4 consecutively. Kashimo dodged the slash, so you can. Then it was just moving too fast for Gojo to see it. It's pretty... Like, that's kind of the only way that it's kind of makes sense. That Kashimo was just that much faster. Gojo might as well be a villain, being whole satisfied dying while Japan is in danger. Yeah. It was consecutive for Nanami. Watch JJK 0. I mean, JJK 0 has really weird canonicity. But if it was consecutive, I wouldn't be surprised. And it's just Yuji tying it out on his first try. So, I'm going to take your word for that for now, Nalia, but I'm going to reread on that later. Something I really freaking like about Megumi's technique is that he can make shadow clones and jump the... Megumi's technique is so busted. Kashimo's extra vision as well. Kashimo's special vision allowed him to see it. The majority of can't see it. Yep. Like we talked about this, Kashimo's X-ray vision might be better than the Six Eyes in some ways, because it lets him see the cleave and dismantle. Gojo teleport by warping space. How is mere lightning speed Kashimo faster? The plot just decided he's faster. That's it. Also, Gojo needs to clap to teleport. He can't just teleport. Sukuna clashes are paper thin, but it seems they become much more apparent when amplified by chance. Yep, that could be it too. I don't think that's the case, but eh. Purely because Sukuna was actually surprised that Mahoraga could see his cleave and dismantle. And I just think that's the first time someone's ever seen cleave and dismantle in general. Can't wait to see Toji talking with Megumi. That'd be sick. I wonder if Sukuna was another Geto with a similar backstory to Maki, but he killed his twin at his first crime. I think so. I could see that being the case. Gojo's teleporting isn't a speed feat. Yep. If Yuji can manipulate soul and be able to change the nature of his soul instead of changing the shape of it like Mahito, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, that'd be pretty sick. That'd be a pretty cool way to give Yuji a power-up, in my opinion. Anyway, I think I'm going to close up stream for today, purely because my voice is starting to hate. If mere X-Ray is better than 6 Eyes, then even a mere Byakugan, let alone Sharingan or Rinnegan, can dog walk Gojo's Fraud Eyes. I mean, kind of just how it is. It is what it is, I guess. Also, just Kashimo's X-Ray is massively enhanced. It's not just normal X-Ray. Also, gotta remember, the Space Slash spawned on his location. It had no travel distance from as we ever saw. Toji Fiend Dagon is going to be so enjoyable to watch. Agreed. Anyways, it's been a really good stream. I'm gonna see you guys all later. I hope y'all have a really good night. My voice is getting kind of sore, so I kind of gotta end the stream here. Not gonna lie. It's been really fun. I probably am gonna stream again. And no, you can't close the best stream like JJ can't. Don't worry, I'm gonna stream again. I'm probably gonna get someone on mute and just stream next time, or with me next time. So yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys all later.